All right, subscribers. So what we're going to do today is a little bit of extra density practice. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do problems 1 and 3, and then expect you to do the remaining problems of this worksheet and turn it in. So we get to density, and we need to remember the formula for density is D for density equals mass divided by volume. And so for problem 1 here, it says the density of a substance is 4.8 grams per milliliter. What is the volume of a sample that is 19.2 grams? So again, we always start out with our formula. So D for density equals M for mass divided by volume. Our D for density is given in this problem at 4.8 grams per milliliter. And our mass is also given at 19.2 grams. So our mass equals 19.2 grams. And then our V for volume is what we're trying to solve for. That is our question mark. So we plug these values back into our equation. And so we would get the D for density to be 4.8 grams per milliliter equal to our mass, which is 19.2 grams over our volume, which we don't know, so we'll just label it as V for volume. Now, when we come to a scenario like this, where we're trying to solve that variable on bottom, or V in this case, we need to assume, or we need to set these equal as equivalent fractions. So I'm going to put this 4.8 over 1, and so what we're going to do here is we're going to cross multiply. Okay, so we're going to cross multiply 19.2 grams times 1, which is very simple here, is just 19.2 grams, and that is equal to our V for volume times 4.8 grams per milliliter. Okay, so again, V for volume times 4.8 grams per milliliter. Now, V for volume is attached via multiplication, so that means we need to divide by what it is attached by. So we're going to divide each side by 4.8 grams per milliliter. And we need to do that on both sides. So in our calculator, what we are going to do here is we're going to take 19.2 divided by 4.8, press enter. We get exactly 4, and so our V for volume is 4 milliliters. When we cancel our units out, that would be what is remaining. Now, I'm going to show you how to do number 3, and then like I said, you will need to do the remaining problems of this worksheet. So problem number 3 says calculate the density of a piece of bone with a mass of 3.8 grams and a volume of 2.0 cubed centimeters. So again, always start out by writing your formula for density, which is D equals M divided by V. And so our D for density, the problem said go calculate the density, so that becomes our question mark. Now our M for mass is given at 3.8 grams. So our mass is 3.8 grams. And then our volume is 2.0 cubed centimeters. We know everything but one variable, so we can plug those numbers back into our equation and solve mathematically. So our D for density is equal to our mass, which is 3.8 grams divided by 2.0 cubed centimeters. Okay, so all we need to do in our calculator is this. We need to take 3.8 divided by 2.0, and we get a value of 1.9 grams per cubed centimeters. Units are important here, and that is our D for density. All right, so you've seen how to solve a couple different variables in our density problem. I need you on your own to do problems 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. As always, I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe.